Ben, I've got a weird story to tell you about this one. This is I got a little jar of selenium here,
Oh yeah.
and I had this very strange experience. And I bring this up just because a lot of our audience is they're coast to coast listeners, um, and you and I in the past have talked about some weird things like dreams. So I, I'm getting ready to go to the High Sierra Music Festival. I'm gonna say I'm 29. No, I'm 30. Maybe this is about 15 years ago or so.
Okay.
Back when I was young and beautiful, I'm getting ready to go to this
Okay.
music festival. It's basically a 4-day party, and there was something going on with me where I just wasn't feeling good. There was something wrong. I didn't know what it was, and I had a lot of anxiety too. And I'm thinking, how the heck am I going to go to a 4-day party and be okay?
Wow.
How am I going to survive this long weekend? And I had this dream where I was confronted by the some kind of intelligent entities, several of them, and they're like elves or something. They were sort of messing with me a little bit, but then they said, "Okay, okay, John, you come and look at this." And they show me this thing, which is this very complex machine with all of these gears moving and all of
You
this
sure
intricacy.
you weren't doing some mushrooms or something like
Doesn't it sound like it?
that?
No, this was
Yeah.
a dream. They point at this one gear and they say to me, selenium. And I
Wow.
woke up going, selenium? What the heck is selenium? Like, I had not heard of selenium. And I'm going around like, what is selenium? So I found some. I discovered it was a nutritional supplement. I mean, for all I knew, it
You hadn't
was.
heard of selenium before.
I mean, had I subconsciously, maybe somebody had
Uh,
said it in the background one day, but I had consciously never heard of selenium before. So,
wow.
so I found some selenium and I took it, and I swear I instantly felt better. It was like within the day,
Wow.
all the
That's a great
anxiety
story.
was gone, and I was off to go have a blast and
That's a
dance my butt
great
off.
story. That's a great story. Yeah, selenium is one of the most valuable of the elements and the most potent of all the elements. It's dosed in micrograms. Zinc is dosed in milligrams, sulfur is dosed in milligrams, magnesium is dosed in milligrams, calcium is dosed in milligrams. Selenium is one of the few elements, nutritional elements, or one of the elements, there's a few, that's dosed in micrograms.
Mm,
And you don't want to take too much selenium.
mm.
You can definitely overdose on selenium. It is it may be the most powerful of the of the mighty 90 essential nutrient elements.
Mm.
So it's super strong. A good dose is 200 to 400 micrograms a day. I think Doc takes 800 micrograms a day. You definitely wouldn't want to take more than 1,000 micrograms a day
Mm.
or a milligram a day, which is a really tiny amount. A microgram is like pinches, like a
Right.
pinch, even a pinch. And yet that tiny amount has incredible roles to play in the body.
Mm.
Deficiencies in selenium are associated with heart disease, mental health problems. The thyroid depends on selenium,
Mm.
and selenium is super, super important for the immune system. Cold sores are one of the things that happen when you have selenium
Oh.
deficiency.
Huh.
So if you find yourself getting a lot of cold sores, using selenium is a great supplement.
Mm.
Selenium is also important for helping the body handle estrogen. The female hormone estrogen wreaks havoc on a lot of folks.
Mm.
Autoimmune problems are associated with estrogen. Depression is associated with estrogen,
Mm.
excess weight, cancer. Selenium is also anti-cancer. There's actually a disease called Keyson's disease that occurs in China that first was noticed, I should say,
Mm.
in China.
Mm.
Dr. Wallach calls it Wallach's disease
Right.
because he came up with it here in the United States, and it's a heart disease that is linked to selenium deficiency. And the
Mm.
cure for Keyson's disease or Wallach's disease, depending on what you want to call it, is selenium. I don't want to say the cure. I'm not supposed to say that word, but but the uh, the
A
way
way
to
to
reverse
avoid it. Yeah.
to avoid it, good, is by using selenium. Selenium.
Mm.
You may have heard selenium is found in Brazil nuts. Have you heard that? That's the big thing
Yeah,
about
I've heard
Brazil.
that. Yeah, yeah.
The problem with using Brazil nuts or really any foods to get your minerals,
Mm.
your elements, is you don't know where that food was grown.
It would
Where
have to
the
be in the
Brazil
soil.
nuts were grown. You don't know what the soil's like.
Mm.
It's really not. It's not a great idea to try to get your elements from Brazil nuts or any kind of plant unless you know where the soil, you're assured that the soil is healthy. But we still don't really know that.
I mean,
That's why some
who's
go
going
back.
around testing the mineral contents of the
Yeah,
soil
exactly.
at a next to a
Exactly.
tree? It's
Supplement with selenium.
right.
Something that's inexpensive enough to do it.
Mm,
Now, if you want
mm,
to go with foods, the best foods are seafoods. Shellfish, especially,
mm.
is is a good source of selenium. Oysters are probably the best source of selenium. Oysters are also a great source of zinc. I forgot to mention that when we were talking about
Oh,
zinc. Oysters are a great source of zinc too. And then shellfish, and then also stinky foods tend to have a lot of selenium.
mm.
Garlic, onions, and they
Oh,
also have a
wow.
lot of
Okay.
sulfur in them too. So fish is also a good source. In addition to shellfish,
Mm.
regular fish is also a good source of selenium. You may have heard, how people sometimes will talk about mercury in fish.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out selenium is a great chelating agent.
Oh.
So selenium in the fish will keep the mercury from leaking out and getting into your system.
Mm.
Selenium is protective against mercury. Selenium is a great chelating agent for a lot of toxins. That's one of its benefits. And we were talking about glutathione when we talked about MSM. Selenium isn't part of the glutathione molecule, but it activates the glutathione. This is one of the things that selenium does. It's an activator because it's so highly electroactive. It's got a lot of electroactivity, electronic activity. It acts like an activator, and it activates proteins, and it activates enzymes. And one of the things it does is it activates one of the proteins in the body that activates is glutathione. So glutathione is sulfur is important for the structure of glutathione. Selenium is important for the activation of
Mm.
glutathione. I'm not sure if I talked about selenium in the thyroid, but selenium plays a role in the production of thyroid hormone.
Wow. I mean, it just blows my mind that we're talking about like a teeny little pinch,
The
and
teeniest little
you
bit of
just
that. Right.
listed about 15 there at least different aspects of
Right.
your physiology that depend on that
Right.
little pinch.
And that will be you'll be deficient. That under conditions of deficiency won't function as
Mm,
effectively.
mm,
That you'll
mm,
notice health problems just by being deficient in selenium. You'll notice thyroid health problems or bone health problems or glutathione detoxification problems, accumulation of toxicity, estrogen problems, just
mm,
by being deficient in a pinch
mm.
of this incredible element, selenium.
Boy, I might as well take some. You said about
Yeah, every day.
400
I take
400
400 to 600 micrograms a day.
micrograms. What's in this here? This is 100 micrograms per capsule.
There you go. Take 6 of them.
Wild. Will do.
All right.